Thank you so much for taking the time to join me today and learn about your role as a group leader. My name is Tara, and I am your Region 1 liaison and main point of contact for Wreaths across America. Anytime you have questions, you should contact me directly for help. Excuse me. You can reach me over the phone, through text message, or by email. You can find my contact information at the bottom of every email I send you. I'm always happy to help and look forward to helping you make your fundraising efforts a success this year. Wreaths Across America 2022 theme, Find a Way to Serve. Each year, Wreaths Across America announces a theme to inspire all of us to remember, honor, and teach. This year's theme is Find a Way to Serve. We hope you find ways to get involved in your own communities to serve in small ways that can make a big impact. Stay tuned for details about a new educational curriculum that will be launching soon. Locations and groups have different purposes. How do sponsorship groups and locations work together? Think of the location as a funnel. The more sponsorship groups feeding into the funnel, the broader your reach and the more likely you are to fully cover your cemetery. And that's the ultimate goal here, to honor and remember every veteran. As you reach out to your community and talk with people about what you're doing and why, invite them to sign up as a sponsorship group. Anyone can get involved. Individuals, families, friends, organizations, and businesses can all become sponsorship groups. If there's a large business that would like to become a corporate sponsor, let me know and I'll connect them with our corporate team. The more people you get involved in the mission of Wreaths Across America, the bigger impact you will make within your local community. Developing a strong network of support within your community will help ensure that every veteran laid to rest at your local cemetery receives a remembrance wreath this December. If you know any other organization that would like to get them involved, let them know about the different group plans they can choose from. Locations receive 3 wreaths for every 2 wreaths sponsored through a group on the 3-for-2 plan. A $5 payback group receives $5 back for every paid wreath sponsorship. This can be a nice fundraising opportunity for their organization and allows them to sponsor veterans wreaths while also giving back to your local community. A no group plan helps to cover the Wreaths Across America overhead. This is a wonderful way to support the behind the scenes work here at headquarters. Making the most of your Wreathometer. Your sponsorship goal is linked to the Wreathometer on your public group page. It turns green as wreaths are sponsored for your group, making it a great tool to keep your community engaged and motivated to sponsor wreaths. You can adjust your goal at any time during the year through your account dashboard by going to your registration to-dos. You can also send me an email and I can update your wreath count goal for you as well. Collecting sponsorship for veterans wreaths can be easy. The quickest and easiest way to promote your Wreaths Across America efforts is by sharing the direct link to your sponsorship group page with anyone you think would want to support the mission. Sharing it on social media is a great idea too. If you do a Facebook fundraiser, be sure to complete our Facebook fundraiser notification form so that your group and location get credit for those donations. Live Facebook events are a fun way to highlight your local veterans and families in your community who support the mission of Wreaths Across America. Local businesses who support veterans want to get involved. Contact your local Chamber of Commerce to see which local businesses support veteran organizations, then contact them to see how they would like to get involved. And if any of these businesses would like to get involved on a greater scale as a corporate group or as a trucking partner, please connect them with me through email, and I will have the corporate team or the logistics team reach out to them directly, depending on their level of interest. You might also consider reaching out to local corporate retailers such as Kohl's, Walmart, or Lowe's about getting a grant or setting up an employee match. If you apply for any grants, be sure to complete our grant notification form so that your group and location get credit for their donations. For help filling out grant forms, please send an email to grants@wreathsacrossamerica.org. In-person fundraising events can also be very successful. Some fun ideas would include hosting a cornhole tournament. You could ask a local hobbyist to teach a class, maybe yoga, paint, or pour canvas art, cooking, or woodworking. Car washes, bake sales, and silent auctions are good to consider as well. Hand out IOU cards to veterans and active duty personnel all year long. This is a great way to seize the moment and show your appreciation by simply saying thank you. You can find these in the Wreaths Across America online store. Donors may sponsor Wreaths either online or by mailing a check to Wreaths Across America. It's very important to know that your group will only receive credit for donations made through your group, so each order must include that group ID. To sponsor Wreaths online through your group, use and share the direct link to your group page, which is wreathsacrossamerica.org with a / and your group ID. This also came in your welcome email. If your group is on the 3-for-2 plan, or we are running a promotional campaign, the additional Wreaths matched will be applied internally after your order processes. Donors will simply select the number of $15 veterans Wreaths they wish to pay for, and the additional Wreaths will be added to the details of their order on the Wreath count report in your account dashboard. Online orders will be visible on your Wreath count report within 24 to 48 hours. To mail Wreaths, to mail donations for your group. First, convert any cash to a check or money order. Then attach a Wreath sponsorship order form to each check or complete a tally sheet. If you are sending multiple checks in one envelope, these forms are both attached to that group welcome email that I sent out. Mail checks with forms to the address listed in the top right corner of the Wreath sponsorship order form. We recommend making copies of everything prior to sending and getting tracking to confirm the delivery of your funds. Please note, checks must be made out to Wreaths Across America, and order forms must include your group ID and location ID. Mailed orders will be visible on your Wreath count report within 3 to 4 weeks. Checks that are mailed in November, December, and January can take up to 6 to 8 weeks to be processed. We issue payback checks for groups on the $5 back plan every 45 to 60 days from February to November each year, making it easy for you to fundraise all year long. Your group ID, location ID, and the direct link to your Wreaths Across America group page are in your registration confirmation email. If you need help finding these, please let me know. The 2022 Handbook. The Volunteer Handbook is an excellent resource for you and will give the tools needed to plan ahead and prepare for a smooth Wreath Day. It can be found on our volunteer resource page by going to the main Wreaths Across America website, clicking on the menu, and then going down to the location group resources and download group materials. In the next few slides, we'll touch on some of the highlights from the handbook, but I encourage you to take the time to read through it and reach out to me if you have any questions. What are grave-specific requests? Grave-specific requests are accepted at select participating locations and allow donors to sponsor a wreath to be placed on their specific loved one's graves. Donors may place the grave-specific wreath themselves or request to have a volunteer place it for them. Grave-specific requests are only accepted online. Donors should select the grave-specific option when sponsoring wreaths online through your Wreaths Across America group page. They will need to provide their loved one's name and where they are located within the cemetery. After their order is processed, their loved one will automatically be added to the grave-specific list for placement on Wreath Day. If you have a donor who is unable to donate online and must pay with a check, please reach out to the volunteer location coordinator for the cemetery and ask if they are willing to accommodate the grave-specific request. If you use sponsorship forms to collect grave-specific information, include a note stating that these requests have already been recorded. If you don't do this, it will slow down the processing of the order. After that, you will need to manually add each one to the grave-specific report found on your account dashboard by clicking the plus sign in the bottom right corner of the report. Planning the wreath laying ceremony is a lot of work. Each location has 2 dedicated volunteer location coordinators who work year-round to make it a memorable event for all who attend. If your sponsorship group would like to get involved and help with planning or volunteer on Wreath Day, be sure to contact the volunteer location coordinators to offer your assistance. Some things they may need help with include planning the ceremony, setting up on Wreath Day, directing traffic, passing out wreaths to anyone who attend and wants to participate, placing grave-specific requests for those who aren't able to attend, and leaving the cemetery clean after the event. It's important to know that all wreaths are passed out to anyone who shows up and would like to help lay wreaths. They are not set aside for individual donors or sponsorship groups unless they are sponsored as grave-specific requests online or manually entered to the grave-specific report. Volunteer resource page. We appreciate all that you do as a volunteer and want to make your job easy. So we've created templates for just about anything you might need. You can find all of the Wreaths Across America approved order forms, documents, marketing materials, logos, press releases, and account dashboard tutorials on the volunteer resource page. If you want to customize an image or document, Wreaths Across America must approve it prior to any printing or distribution. Go ahead and email the draft to me and I'll reach out to our communications team for approval. If you create a QR code to put on your marketing materials, be sure that it links to your sponsorship group page so that you receive credit for the orders. If you need help with this, please let me know. I will let you know that Emily and I are currently in the process of creating QR codes and posters for all of our sponsorship groups. We have over 1,000 here in Region 1, so it's taking us some time, but if you need one and you haven't received one from us, go ahead and email. Connecting with Wreaths Across America online is a great way to stay informed about events, fundraising ideas, and more. If you haven't already joined the private Facebook group for group leaders, I encourage you to do so. You will find the direct link to it in your registration confirmation email. Social media can be a great tool for sharing the mission of Wreaths Across America to remember, honor, and teach. We recommend contacting Samantha Gatcombe, our very own social media pro. She'll help you create a Facebook page for your group so that it's easy for your supporters to search for and find. She can be contacted best through email at sgatcombe@wreathsacrossamerica.org. There are a few do's and don'ts for social media. Do share stories about your local heroes being honored or celebrated, whether it's to thank them for their service or to wish them a happy birthday. Don't share stories that are political or religious, even when it's good news. It creates opportunity for people to share disagreements, which takes away from the mission of Wreaths Across America. And just remember, we're here to remember our fallen veterans, honor those who serve, and teach our children the value of freedom. Your social media posts should be in line with these 3 things. Some examples of content that you can share on social media are graphics that we've included in newsletters or in the private Facebook group, pictures of your group or location working hard to share the mission of Wreaths Across America, or news articles and videos about Wreaths Across America. If you haven't checked it out yet, please visit the Wreaths Across America channel on YouTube to see some of our new videos that you could share to help inspire your supporters. Wreaths Radio is a great way to hear informational and inspiring content about members of the U.S. Armed Forces, their families, military veterans, and volunteers throughout the country and overseas who support the mission to remember, honor, and teach. If you haven't tuned in yet, be sure to check it out. And if you have ideas to share with them or special requests, you can email them at WAA radio@wreathsacrossamerica.org. To provide you with help all year round, we have the country split into regions with a regional liaison that oversees that area. I oversee Region 1, and I am your main point of contact for Wreaths Across America. Please be sure to reach out to me anytime you have any questions. Emily Carney is also the Region 1 assistant, and she will be helping you as well. Here is our locations and group team. And thank you so much. Again, if you have any questions at all, please feel free to email me. Thank you.